So, me as just what coming across a lot of videos and a lot of narratives on the USA for Venezuela. And I said, Venezuela on the 3rd of January 2026, right? But there are timelines to this particular story. It's Medobesha say from the year 1942. I was San Francisco. Now we do Remo or Panama 1989 to 1990. And said I'd walk back to Venezuela in the year 2006. I have gossip since for Metro. So maybe a subscribe button so no click the bell notification icon. So now follow your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at gossip24.com and the gossip24 TV. Now I can for tap send and I am mobile to me the tap send as send this car amount of force. So here video now so USA or Australia or Canada or Europe and also UK. Tap send are available or hold the answer by download the app no. Or send this guy baby sa reference code use J24. Whatever must already start so obey to me see reference code J24 and yes obey to me and the best reference code because a lot of office or tap send so. But I'm back to command so. It's often in the year 1942. Obiani, while we are social studies BRD, a basic knowledge. Say in the year 1942, and a UN a buy into being. Now UN a buy no. Omo create ya dey be UN no. Omo precious over because I mean any association biana any emra eda hono. Obi are sorry to me the so UN introduce their friend charter. Now, charter no articles. Article 1 and a kasa about the purpose of the United Nations. I trying to a friend UN. Now, so can Article 1 of UN charter now. Omo say UN no omate send ye beya ombe maintaining international peace and security. Omate send ye beya amaya hudo ebenya friendly relations. Omate send ye beya amaya hudo betumi cooperate normal solving omu differences and answer with problems say ye economic, say ye social, say ye cultural, say so ye humanitarian problems and amaya hudo ewo wo muntem no. Ombetumi solving wasumbiemu send ye beya encourage respect for human rights. Now, face no, UN no ababeye center for harmonizing actions. Say bia or might be sorry or person ye bibi ni adia. UN will also be ensure checks and balances. I was sign your money in into way Article 1 of UN Charter no aheche and I say UN mano aheche purpose of United Nations no. Now UN say essence of person mo achieve this purpose winti no. Omo Article 2. Now Article 2 no chire the amaya would betumi aye a betumi aboa ama o betumi achieve omo purpose no. Enti Article 2 no omo subsections baako 7 e wo hono. Right? Subsection 1 no say organization no based on principle of sovereign equality. Now they say amaya wo UN mu ina no omo ho say obiya de ne ho and obiya ye equal obiya nche obiya wo UN ho. Sovereign equality obiya ye omaya ode ne ho. Oman bia no wo so oman bia so e wo UN ho. Subsection 2 say members na ebe ensure on and I say UN be ensure say member bia no ebe nya ne rights. Subsection 3 say so be wo international disputes bia omo be solving amicably through peaceful means say ne ebe ya ebetumi promote international peace, security and justice. Na say normal way na no e ho ntochema nti UN be facilitate side na say members mienu enti omo ho ase a omo be fa asomdwe kwan so assettle asem no amicably. Subsection 4 say so be a member of UN obe refraining from say ebia obe sorry etia o man foforo na ebia obe hwehu o man no obe popo na ni etia man no ana so the force ebe kwakọ buewura o man a enye the territory e wo say o man bia o UN bia no I respect o man bia territory or respect o man bia political independence into obi enu no obetumi asori keke so kwakọ buewura o man we mu na wa obi etumi nyesa. And this is captured under subsection 4 of Article 2 of UN Charter. No, fully on purpose. No, but you know the interesting thing. In the year 1980, Panama for Enya leader be a friend of Noriega, right? Now Noriega, a Panaman in penny funny be in the year 1980. Or they didn't want to be a president. No, Neboni was as in the 1980. No. Emma only US for intem ebeye basa. Emma US for shall say investigating for drug trafficking crimes. And I'm so Emma between 1989 to 1990, court Miami and the indictment here eja say US FBI for prepare bia no mo dia bag Ghana aba be chinko for Ghana de ma kone ade enu bi no mo prepare here for inipa between 1989 to 1990 no na oye Panama for a president a friend Noriega. It's a US for prepare say indictment no regardless of the 1942 United Nations omokote here or San Francisco prepared it to hono say man ni na omo members of UN in this no US for sorry between 1989 to 1990 ebora Panama ekokofa Noriega say Noriega no wa commit a lot of crimes they did through drug trafficking e dey etia omo US for no it's omo bora US say court Miami I prepare indictment say boni say ni say and Noriega aye into omo bora Panama ho ekwakoche Noriega emo mo koye ekoche Noriega de ni be pie mu wo Miami and ni kogina court ebua ne for sentence no to 40 years in prison. Fact is Noriega served 17 years and was US for prison and a US for handing over them France and a France for so sentenced to 7 years in prison and a Panama for J Noriega said Noriega and my US for no as far back as 1990 no monso try no Panama court in absentia and almost was sentence almost was sentence no ekori ase no na they say Noriega be pay more Panama ama che say no Noriega enya adwemu yare o makakwa ni surgery 2 years later and no chana no mosiedo in the year 2017. Why did I run you through all this history? It's because it has a lot in common with whatever happened here over Venezuela. Venezuela diano has to do with Papa bi che say who was screen see din Nicolas Maduro Moros. Now Nicolas Maduro Moros or share no political career see and as bibino odi kan ebeye a foreign affairs minister under Hugo Chavez regime no ni ade and or rising ya beye a vice president under Hugo Chavez. I just say in the year 2012 to 2013 and Nicolas Maduro Moros a president of Venezuela. And Nicolas Maduro Moros a president in the year 2013, no money job, but what about the president here? Then number okay because more documents with the winning say as far back as 2003. Na group who home my form FARC, right? Omuko Ken Camp no. Now they say Nicolas Maduro Morosi F&D or the bear $300,000 and I share FARC for you Omuko Ken do with omudimo. And ya no kwa. Why handle a lot of shipments? Ama they say Walanda bear $5.5 million and man or foreign affairs minister no. And no did this hako ken sika ye ababe remu ababe president. No be president no. Even in the year 2015, that's just 2 years after so ababe president of Venezuela honom no. Presidential hangar. Aye baby aye be can say president the private jets and then the flights ACCC and I say Pakistan no. And I just say cartel of the Suns in Crawford. Just say, sir, Papa, Nicolas Maduro Morosi, among who crime mu use Venezuela epono side that is smuggle cocaine ba US no. And so no, was also the presidential hangar no, massa cartel for you. Just say cartel for no, edi cocaine few no more, edi US and in the neighboring countries. Into your US for not track papa ye who say papa ye. You may do the second yes or your president. And can share commodity on Sabacano, but some about their president. It's a crime bay and on bet me a fast one on Sacano. Now, Copoy Adom, I might just say elections course in the year 2018. Now, elections course over Venezuela in the year 2018. Now they say, Papa friend Nicolas Maduro Morosi, or they know I a president by force after 2018 elections, because now Chroma for I Venezuela for tra. Elections in the woman is opposition party in win here. Name of Papa, your friend Nicolas Maduro Moros says, still a chance on the party in a winning. Say no, 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 winning at the end of official. It's a no beer window, MIUS for. Say, I to Abba. That's a chrome for say, Abana ya two and a winning here. Name po Venezuela for National Assembly. And invoke or constitution. No more declare say, one Nicolas Maduro Morosi. Oh, it's a power. Just say what can tell power and say we die. Now, me just watch a Game of Thrones. Mama an example. I say, okay, Game of Thrones, Cersei. What's a Cersei? Na no na ke also odi ade no. Right? And the Cersei ne beka so you usurper. Just say, ade na nyes on odi but wa can tell so say chin. Ah, esa so otiso de denti no. On one of beka so odi ade no. It is na Venezuela for National Assembly. A ruling yes say Nicolas Maduro Morosi, adie abaya omoto yi nkofo nso amon pene outcome ne so. Class so aban we wiem, enti abana nko wo favor. Enti sa me se wo ye president enye Yesu Nicolas Maduro Moros chinchinachi be ye president. Enti open window no e ma USA for courts a che was South District of New York prepare indictment and so editia Nicolas Maduro Moros. Now, so we follow trajectory now. Noriega our Panama de. Court Miami and they prepare indictment no. Charges to be say or you involved in narco terrorism into a conspiracy. So you involved in narco terrorism. Bono. So boy, am I do boni would ye a coso or to any bomb the bullets near dear and the cartels. Titune cartel of the Suns for Amomudi Diga Bonning into Bonnie Woodia. The Atosumieno and say Nicolas Maduro's Morosno are involved in Sabi cocaine importation. And one of the charges on the born our indictments. The Atosumiensa and it's a Nicolas Maduro's Morosno. As I saw a cartel for not total 2 Muntino or involved in weapon charges. The Atosu Enum and it's all involved in corruption and money laundering. Ninja say na ni say sika bi onya free say do boni dwai ene etuo ni I mean your friend say to pay yen de kaka hu dwai sa sika no no de aba be she policies mu no de akwa she fund bi mu ni ade na aba be sika krogin te corruption any money laundering and no US for a charge no or South District Court at say New York. But you know what, before 2025 now US for amending indictment, because there was another hole, and it's a Nicolas Maduro's Moros. The actions and inactions, because in the year 2019, Emra the Venezuela National Assembly aka say the election and legitimate no ye usurper ni ade no. Opposition party ko ye protest on Monteso. Emma say Nicolas Maduro's Moros. Emma asoja 40 Monteso the ambo cars ni ade and the omo tutu tear gas ni kaka ho. So more Pamo opposition party no. There was another election in the year 2024. Another election bill. Election no. Time on election no. Now US for prepare indictment that. But US for amending indictment because in the year 2024 election no. International bodies be now criticizing Nicolas Maduro's Moros say election way dear will follow fundamental human rights no. I say or press amount for human rights. The election all throughout. Into election and free and fair. Into again, what can't them power bosso? And 2024 elections. Into the US for and say after so more amending indictment and this charge we call count and now more publish here our Department of Justice website so on the 10th of January 2025. Now, at this time, now President Donald Trump may taking over as US president after 2024 elections. So, Donald Trump in as the 47th president of the United States of America because Donald Trump is sworn in on the 20th of January 2025. Meanwhile, not to say our US for Department of Justice website on the 10th of January 2025. Now US for a publishing condemn Nicolas Maduro's Morosi the illegitimate attempt to be seize power because some recognize say elections now course 2024 no anya free and fair. Otieti amount for fa hodie so. And so US had a bounty of $25 million to Nicolas Maduro's Moros tiso and you no kwa ono any your friend is saying the Minister of Interior our friend Cabello and our face on the other your friend Department of State ministers near there almost musika or hon by little mutiso defense minister the $15 million opportunity so but Nicolas Maduro's Moros and then the interior minister there, yeah, the $25 million each, and the two of so bia obey to me any information. And now so obey to me how US no may taking action against Nicolás Maduro's Morrison on my reward your Musaskawi. And this was on the 10th of January 2025. And the US for Department of Justice, ASR publication way. So the issues have been there all through to October 2025. Now, October 2025, somewhere no. Now they say Donald Trump about power. Donald Trump there. Why not so be taking action against Nicolás Maduro's Morrison? Offer bounty keke and to on why ready say obey taking action. So on the 3rd of October 2025, and the US for Emma Riasi na so TSA. Oma carry out airstrikes be. Eponeso. Now airstrikes omo carry no. Omo de strike Venezuelan cartels. There's omo di eduboni. Every Venezuela area US honomo. No because why you say kopem sa America for be free of drug trafficking. In conform for eduboni be America obium. Omo mane nya kono. Now, Emma US for ASR announcement. Now they say Venezuela for so a movie omo air defense systems. Just said no video that who was screen so. Omo missile systems in here. Omo movie because almost who say US for fighter jets and in a near. And remember all this one no now Venezuela for president Nicolás Maduro Moros on Venezuela for president into no mass command we say omo movie omo missiles no and fan ko chrome no munche US for so omo machines omo akade wo ho. And this was in October, on the 3rd of October 2025. And around that same October, now there's a Venezuelan influencer there that America, or in the person of Rafael, or over 1 million followers, or Instagram. So I record the video. Say Venezuela here liberation, Venezuela here freedom. Now, or no any Nebusia and many others of more Venezuela, due to Nicolás Maduro's morosi. Ni actions and inactions no amo ma hwe nyoma ne busuafo Venezuela ni na no akofo mo be piem US ho no omo so mo japade asai o Venezuela ho sa president no oteso no e na amasa no mani na asai due to do bone eni kebima min kebi o mani nyeduma e wo Venezuela ho ti Venezuela for e hia freedom.
Okay, as a Venezuelan American, I got some shit to say. My family, my parents, my sister, my extended family, all lost everything. Their work, their savings, their investments, gone. Wiped out by a narco dictatorship that has held Venezuela in a death grip for over 25 years. And what happened to my family has happened to millions, and yes, millions. The Venezuelan exodus is the second largest displacement crisis on earth after Syria. This is not just a tragedy. It is one of the great humanitarian disasters of our time. But the suffering doesn't end there. This regime has jailed hundreds of political prisoners. Thousands have been murdered simply for speaking out. More than a third of the population has fled. 1/3. Not for better opportunities or for the American dream, but to survive, to live, because staying often means death. And while the world may see Venezuela as a collapsed state, what it is in reality is an occupied one. Our territory, our natural resources, and our institutions have been overrun by hostile foreign powers.
Man, some influencers way now kasa on social media so. Now there's a chess game no egusua ekoso between Venezuela and USA. And as I can say between Donald Trump and Maduro Moros, right? And that's Nicolás Maduro. Because on the 23rd of October, and Nicolás Maduro, eba bonting, ebe boosty, say, oh, omo, say, bani some be face US for, say US for, cause almost strike a man for weapon, so near the only problem. But say, bani some be face US for, because I want to say US for, a person will take over Venezuela, near the normal control, and more affairs of Venezuela. Say, bani some be face US for my ready. In fact, omo akodie, omo Russian anti-aircraft missiles were ho. There's no president, no, or the person of Nicolás Maduro Moros, no. Why are ready? So any US for be CNE enti no waka kyerɛ asogyafoɔ sɛ ɔmo wɔ igla s now igla s no ne picture na wo screen so ɔmo wɔ bɛɛ 5,000 wɔ hɔ enti waka kyerɛ asogyafoɔ sɛ ɔmo nkyɛ igla s ne ma obiaa kyɛ sɛ ɔtoto ɛyɛ ɛwɔ soja mu ɔmo nkyɛ igla s ma obiaa no obiaa nkɔ every single corner of Venezuela enko gyina hɔ uhu US for aircraft bi afire uhu US for aircraft bi afire into where a message or they check President Trump say ba na akodi a omo obi President Trump ete sa asem we no obey a press conference a President Donald Trump eba be ye no e no omo bisa no say sisia no Nicolas Maduro Moros say we deploy Igla S e de ama sojafoɔ a more Venezuela honom ama che so mo areas mountainous areas and ye kaka enti move ben and our President Donald Trump obe make Donald Trump in same year and I quote or say we are certainly looking at land now because we've got the sea very well under control. Enti President Donald Trump say okay apoli obi ani say a performance strikes or honomo abom make cartels ni ade ena Nicolas Maduro Moros say ewiamu de ye ntumi ntu wo ho it is how made de ye hwe tactics e be use e wo asase so se na be betumi use asase de ewura e Venezuela. And this was an open statement by President Donald Trump. And that statement trigger this video and answer this comment from Nicolas Maduro Moros. There's a Nicolas Maduro Moros and also there President Trump say Trump be a bema ombra mefano ombra mecheno onwanye Trump be a bema ombra
venga por mí aquí lo esperan Miraflores no se tarde en llegar cobarde.
Now you know yes and you friend be two babo no na ni nice be so because at the time no na Nicolas Maduro Moros I display the book M2 no now book M2 no one of the air defense systems just say Russia for eton edema your friend is Nicolas Maduro Moros. Now I've seen a lot of comments on social media so they say China for and the man there is no record anywhere say China for providing Nicolas Maduro Moros of any air defense system. I stand to be corrected but I haven't seen a single record of that. The only thing I hear public knowledge say bano ebia Venezuela for air defense system a book M2 no and after so Igla S no Nicolas Maduro Moros a display a fire shots being put near dead share say or more power on the account. And you know the interesting thing a man has had back and forth way now cause in the month of October no you at the month of November no and a Venezuela for vice president or in the person of Delcy Rodriguez a press conference Ebeka say so big thing say America for as one person who use land era Venezuela on person who capture Venezuela ni adia e man nye se bia democracy nti na se ka democracy nko a omo Venezuela for no any Venezuela buy no omo I ready so make democracy na to omo ye democracy in fact omo practice democracy.
No solo la administración del presidente Trump, sino muchos otros gobiernos en América Latina y en Europa y en otras partes del mundo ya se están preparando para la transición que avanza a la democracia en Venezuela. Por muchas razones, una de ellas es precisamente la migración. Millones de venezolanos que se han visto obligados a dejar su país y que también ya se están preparando, haciendo sus maletas para volver. De modo que yo voy a estar donde el pueblo de Venezuela ya decidió, cuando eligió de manera apabullante, abrumadora, como su presidente, a Edmundo González Urrutia, quien me ha pedido que yo asuma la responsabilidad de ser vicepresidente de Venezuela.
Delcy Rodriguez, ni follow-up press conference on the 30th of November 2025. Obechire mu say, dear Donald Trump ye na no, because of Venezuela for oil. And you good year, just omo intia.
Secretario General, países OPEP, países no OPEP, OPEP Plus. Venezuela denuncia formalmente ante esta instancia que el gobierno de los Estados Unidos de América pretende apoderarse de las vastas reservas de petróleo de Venezuela, las más grandes del planeta, por medio del uso de la fuerza militar letal contra el territorio, el pueblo y las instituciones del país. Esta pretensión no solo contraría las disposiciones que rigen la convivencia pacífica entre las naciones.
Now, so here's statistics. Say ban resources. Apa Venezuela for gold. Honomo. Just a gold mutuni adie. Nicolas Maduro moros. And a lot of policies about our ton gold. Near there we show gold bars. Utumuso Venezuela for check. I say we show gold bars near ho. A ban oil. The whole world Venezuela for our 304 billion barrels of oil reserve. Our Venezuela honomo. I just say from that number no, it just say Venezuela for our more oil than Saudi Arabia, or more oil than Iran, or more oil than Canada, or more oil than Iraq. It's your honor. Na kwa ya Madelsi Rodriguez and Samuel Kano baba ya no krese. Maybe America for any di omo oil no echi. Eti na be America for any San Nicolas Maduro moros. Esa no masha da de fa cocaine in some so ye no man no peno. And you know the interesting thing? Few days before say you be 3rd of January 2026. Not just say Nicolas Maduro moros. Share China for penny for our Venezuela honor. I just so share China for penny for no. That is a man for any I say, hey, say Nicolas, our Russia for weapons. S and our Facebook M2 no and the kaka ho e wo ho no ma. That's why so share China for. Na examine the Nicolás enya nkofo mo back no. What to say? 2 world powers are mo back in America pa. Ora ho na hwe. Now remember say Donald Trump man Nicolas Maduro moros bragi says already ewiem no or systems ho or akonde ne ade wo ho no. Donald Trump can say omo weigh the land option are available. But on the 3rd of January 2026, na Nicolas Maduro moros ewo presidential villa ewo Caracas eho ena na say owo na eho na owo no ena Donald Trump and the US Department of War and the jets and the Delta Force for ekura ho no eyi ni di fi ho and then the quarter na plane mo and then the free Venezuela ho. And guess what Donald Trump did? And my US for air corridor. Omo bombe 4 sites. Site back one. Omo blast ye no. El Volcan. Now El Volcan hono. And one of masts. One sa telecommunication. The can say antennas no. At 18 no. More eastern region of Ghana no. Right? The main ones no ewo Botebri. Ewo Kofodia. One main ones no ewo more Accra no main ones no your friend say GBC satellites area honomo baby menkai ebusiafo ya otufo na omokodi ne wobode ne kotoye no right main ones there ho enti no bi and I want El Volcan ho and I said Donald Trump any US for a target here omo bombe ho almost also a bombe Fort Tijuana now Fort Tijuana no military base I say, very close to Caracas. Omo Bombay, a military base no. Almost also Bombay, airport. The airport no. I just say, a Huguret no. And I say US for a Bombay. I just say, bomb no moto ye no. Omo target a brick M2 air defense systems no. Not to say, Nicolas Maduro moros bragi say omo war. I say Russia for system omo ko tobi no. Omo bragi no. No, and Donald Trump. Target say, just say, what ye, missiles mienu, and a coye. It's 4 spots, no. Donald Trump, target say, no. Key spots, military base, communication facilities, and our Facebook M2, air defense system, no. Just say, na Nicolas Maduro moros, the bon hosabane, and Donald Trump, target say or destroyer, and sana, or a fear timo, or Caracaso, aquachino, edinako. No, much no about the corner. And then the vice president of Venezuela, or the person of Delcy Rodriguez, ever besuye, said Donald Trump, ye, or my order no as Venezuela. No, mine recognizes the president Nicolas Maduro Moros. Na Donald Trump ababa fa na edina kono. Sisi a ono kra no onim be bia Donald Trump de ne ko. Onim no so otietem. So onim be bia Donald Trump de Nicolas Maduro Moros eko. But he said do what ya ne so be fa no de ne ko. Bomba to ha say. Ni hwe fa. No no kopem so de ni kan. Ebehu Nicolas Maduro Moros no. US for Venezuela bone.
Tal ciudad que vio nacer al libertador de la patria grande, que vio nacer al hombre más grande de nuestro continente, ha sido vulnerada, ha sido atacada y agredida. Ante esta brutal situación y ante este brutal ataque, nosotros desconocemos el paradero del presidente Nicolás Maduro y de la primera dama Cilia Flores. Exigimos al gobierno del presidente Donald Trump prueba de vida inmediata de la vida del presidente Maduro y de la primera dama. El presidente Maduro ya había sido muy claro y había advertido al pueblo venezolano de que una agresión de esta naturaleza, por la desesperación de la voracidad energética de los Estados Unidos, podía presentarse. Y lo primero que le dijo el presidente Maduro al pueblo de Venezuela fue pueblo a la calle, activado en milicia.
Me dice, calmate, cariño, calmate. What I say? Tu boise. Donald Trump, Donald Trump. We are seeing no. Say, or the Nicolas, and in the year, a question replay or the movie replay mo. Seen ye, or the Mugo PM or USA ho. Or Maria see now who is a Nicolas, and in the year, and I saw the Moshe Camo. I don't know PM or New York ho, and I said D for facility. I just say, oh, Omuchi, Hokrana, or Mudi Didi Aquashe. I don't know how true that is, but I'm on my channel, and Nico D for facility. They say, ho, and the jailer. Currently, Omu holding Nicolas Maduro Moros. And so, Omuchi and Yakopoya and watching 5th of January 2026 AM Monday, and Omudi Nicolas Maduro Moros, Ebekoko Piemu, our court, just say, was South District of New York. Now, so we'll follow the entire story. What Mumu said, this story is quite similar to what happened to Noriega in Panama in the year 1989 to 1990. US for Panama, F.R. Noriega, and be PMO of Miami, sentencing to 40 years in prison. Noriega does subedi our prison or serving 17 years, and some more handing over. Currently, USA for Abuera Venezuela. Nicolás say, a real dear, a capture way now, Donald Trump did not drink. Edi agro say, oh, and the be fast as so. Ye hwe kwa be fast so kra fast as so. Akwa kofa no. Edi na efi Venezuela ho, na edi na ba. Eno we duma na ye. Unknown to Nicolas no. Na they say Donald Trump. Edi jet fighters. Ebum, and the eba be fa wiem. Na che say, we bubu na pray. No dia ba be chi no. Ewo no ankasa ni fi a otimo. Ewo Caracas. The amount for be adwin say, indeed, USA after Venezuela for oil, and ye be goody or more krumo. A statement that Donald Trump did to ya right after say videos babon saying Sampa or Maka Koche, a Nicolas Maduro Moro, and any yere, Eddie Fake Caracas. Donald Trump trap or more baba manage Venezuela for oil ni ye. No matter to do to Musika same ye, because for the past years no. Resources no, or more you see the year, and the country is underdeveloped.
And we're going to make sure that this is proper. We're there now. We're ready to go again if we have to. We're going to run the country right. It's going to be run very judiciously, very fairly. It's going to make a lot of money. We're going to give money to the people. We're going to reimburse people that were taken advantage of. We're going to take care of everybody. It's very important. We couldn't let them get away with it. You know, they stole our oil. We built that whole industry there, and they just took it over like we were nothing. And we had a president that decided not to do anything about it. So we did something about it. We're late, but we did something about it. Yeah, please.
Mechanism by which you're going to run the country? Are you going to designate a U.S. official to coordinate?
Yes, it's all being done right now. We're designating people. We're talking to people. We're designating various people, and we're going to let you know who those people are.
Would run Venezuela?
Well, it's largely going to be for a period of time the people that are standing right behind me. We're going to be running it. We're going to be bringing it back. It's a dead, I talk about a dead country. A year and a half ago, we were a dead country. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're a country doing better than any country anywhere in the world.
But you know the interesting thing? Aside a few videos are fake, there are some live sessions I personally can't my chance on from Nkrofo more Venezuela. There's some more jubilate. I was street so if you must USA this omeniaje any idea. And I don't know if omeniaje said the President Donald Trump right. And now so omeniaje because say Prez Nicolas Maduro Moros no finally we share the meter. I had a gossip 24. Am I be a reacting? Or my Ghana reacting? Yeah, there are no better in the follow-up video. Ubet me a or comment section. In case there is something we missed, you can share your thoughts and point it out in the comment section. Other than that, these are the facts so far available to Gossip 24. Magraheb.